This episode of Man of Prestige, just communicate. But is it that simple? What about a person feeling safe enough to express themselves? Do they have to put up a front? All of us, we try to put up a front. We put up a front when we're expressing ourselves because we don't want the worst of us to come out. We all know that we have insecurities. We have the worst part about us. We also have the best part about us, right? And we always want to put up that best part about us. So yes, you have to be a player as a man, be a social player, meaning somebody that has game. That's what I mean. And I don't mean being a player as in like you're playing a bunch of women. That's not what I'm talking about, right? Tip number 1, be a leader. If you want to make your girlfriend happy, lead. Be the leader. That's what most girls want, even if they say otherwise, even if they're trying to play equal with you, even if they're trying to compete with you. If a person is all right, what's going on, Man of Prestige? We're talking about 5 tips to make your girlfriend happy. This is also applicable if you were talking about your wife. In my personal opinion, even a wife long term, 10 years, 15 years, you should still treat them like a girlfriend. What I mean by that is treat them like it's brand new, court date, be affectionate, take care of them like it's brand new all over. You want to be intentional about that. And I'm saying that precisely because I know that can be difficult. We all get into a place of complacency, right? So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, more so for you want to make your girlfriend happy. There are 5 tips I want to share with you in order to accomplish this. I understand a lot of times that you don't make me happy. You hear complaints like that, or I'm not happy, things like that, right? Well, I'm going to share with you 5 tips. Number 5, okay, be happy. See, the same thing, the same way you attracted that person is exactly what you need to do to keep them happy. The same way you made them happy from day one, the same thing that attracted them on day one, oftentimes is exactly what you need to be doing to keep them happy. You were interested in this person, you did everything in your power to make sure they're happy, but it started with you being happy. They were attracted to you because you were self-sustainable, you had self-sufficiency, you were doing well by yourself, and you chose to engage that person, or they chose to engage you because they saw something in you that you like. So the last thing you want to do is put all that burden on them to put all that burden on yourself to make them happy. That will precisely work against you. All right. Tip number 4, be a good listener. Being a good listener means you listen and you understand that communication is 80% listening, right? What do I mean by that? You feel the need to do more listening than talking. A lot of people are opposite. Most men are opposite of what I just described. Most men are not able to match up with you. Remember, you're trying to make her happy, as against what? Other people making her happy, right? Or her seeing on the other side that the grass may be greener, right? How do you do that? You make sure that you're the man that she will never find anywhere else. And what does that look like? It starts with listening. You have to learn how to listen more so than doing talking. 20% talking. You still have to express your feelings, but you want to make her feel safe and secure around you. And the first step to doing that is learning how to listen. Now let's get to tip number 3. Be sure she feels heard. So listening is not enough. Listening from an active standpoint is what we're talking about, right? That means she feels heard. That means you're patient enough until she feels like she's expressed herself, right? That means you're giving her consistent freedom to express herself. That means you're giving her consistent freedom to even express expectations, even if they are unrealistic, right? Remember, all I am saying is expression of the expectations. I'm not talking about you being under some kind of putting your feet to the fire to make sure you fulfill them. I'm not asking you to fulfill our unrealistic expectations. I'm asking you that if you want to make her happy, you want to give her the freedom to express those expectations no matter how unrealistic they may come off. And this is easier said than done. But again, you're the one asking me, how do you make your girlfriend happy? You want to give her that level of freedom. Tip number 2, be a player. And when I say a player, I mean a social player. Okay, that means you understand how to read a room. You have game. Yes, you will need to have game long term, even in a marriage. You need to understand that it's not often what they say, it's about what do they mean after saying what they said. A lot of time there is distance between what people say, especially women, and what they mean. And you may get stuck in a place here where you're saying, well, they're adults, they should be able to say what they mean. But the key word you said there is should. That's not the reality. The reality is that oftentimes when romance is involved, when people's feelings are involved, they will say things that does not exactly verbatim reflect what they mean to say. They're trying to say something, but they're saying something else. Maybe they're actively trying to protect your feelings, so they're saying something else, right? And yes, I know we're very quick to say communication, just communicate. But is it that simple? What about a person feeling safe enough to express themselves? Do they have to put up a front? All of us, we try to put up a front. We put up a front when we're expressing ourselves because we don't want the worst of us to come out. We all know that we have insecurities. We have the worst part about us. We also have the best part about us, right? And we always want to put up that best part about us. So, yes, you have to be a player as a man, be a social player, meaning somebody that has game. That's what I mean. And I don't mean being a player as in like you're playing a bunch of women. That's not what I'm talking about, right? Tip number 1, be a leader. If you want to make your girlfriend happy, lead. Be the leader. That's what most girls want, even if they say otherwise, even if they're trying to play equal with you, even if they're trying to compete with you. If a person is trying to compete with you, how do you be a leader? By being confident, by not feeling the need to outcompete them, right? Just that enough showcases the fact that you are the leader, the fact that you don't feel the need to compete with the other person, the fact that you don't really need their validation in order to know that you are a leader anyway, right? If you do the opposite of this, or if you do the if you feel the need of validation, that they have to validate you as a leader, they have to give you permission to be a leader, you will struggle, right? And it's precisely why you're probably struggling already with making her happy. At the end of the day, she wants you to, on a typical basis, she wants you to be confident in yourself and mean what you say what you mean. Don't back down, even for her. Yes, she wants you to be sure of yourself. That's how she feels safe and secure around you, even if that means pushing against her sometimes, right? But again, not trying to actively compete with her. A lot of time that's silence. A lot of times it shows in your vibe, in your energy. It is not something you have to say out in words unless you are creating content like myself, right? So Men of Prestige, hopefully that was enlightening. Go back and watch the video again, write down those tips and see if you can put it to practice. Listen, we can all run our mouth. It comes down to application at the end of the day, right? Are you able to apply this in a real life romantic relationship with your girlfriend? Men of Prestige.